Hare Krishna. Welcome to the online reading session of the book, The Mood and Mission of Srila Prabhupada. So, we will start the session by offering our prayers. We are in page number 212, different and non-different from his Guru, from the chapter Best Guru, his best disciple of his Guru, chapter 8. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurimudamyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu-padaya Krishna-prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti-vikasa-swami Namo Vishnu-padaya Krishna-prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti-vedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gurvan Vicharane Vishesha Shunyamadi Paschat Deshatare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karati Vachalam Mangamurati Prabhadam Deshi Vrindaram Pramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishvara Gurve Gaurachandra Radhikaya Tadali Krishna Krishna Bhaktaya Namo Namaha Yasya Devi Parabhakti Yatha Devi Tadha Guru Tasyeti Kavitahi Yatha Prasad Yanta Pravishwa Vachama Prasattam Sanjeevayatya Krishakti Dharasvadam Nyam Shastra Charana Shravana Tuladin Pranam Pati Prashaya Jumra Harivanya Harshti Chitra Vichinta Pati Pati Hadana Samsara Papa Jana Sthapana Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji Karthik, you can read. Start reading.
Yes, right. Chapter 8.
No. We are reading. Yes, here. Different and non-different from his Guru.
What's the page number in the book, Prabhuji?
Look, it is page number 212.
Yes, Prabhuji, got it. I'm just opening the notes.
Or we started the new. I don't remember where. Behind your own. I did not literally. Yesterday itself we read, but is it the new chapter we have to read, or will that the first next one? Yes, we read. None of them happened. Fortuity. Yes, bro. Different and not different from his Guru. You can read.
Okay. We'll start from there then.
Yes.
Different and non-different from his Guru. In 1958, Abhay Charanaravind Das described his spiritual master in words that later became undeniably applicable to himself also. You preached the pure philosophy of Lord Gauranga in such a way that intelligent persons could understand. And you showed such great concern, O Master, in convincing all your adversaries. Lord Gauranga used many tricks just to engage the conditioned souls in devotional service. And you have also understood how to use all those tricks perfectly well. You understood time, place, and circumstance, and utilized everything as a strategy for preaching. Reference 6. Viraha Ashtaka 7.4 to 6. In a shower of divine compassion. In 1976, Srila Prabhupada had the logo of the Gaudiya Mutt, originally designed by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, painted on both pillars of the main entrance gate at ISKCON's world headquarters in Mayapur. Reference 7 in the book. Swami B.G. Narsingha, Prabhupada Vijay, page 101. Thus asserting his allegiance to the vision and core concepts of Saraswati Thakur, notwithstanding the several differences in externals that he necessarily instituted in order to make possible the fulfillment of Saraswati Thakur's mission, the establishment of Krishna consciousness worldwide. Reference: that logo remains there to this day. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur formulated the strategy and tactics for systematic worldwide propagation of Mahaprabhu's movement. Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada carried his plan, to completion. Reference 8 in the book. This sentence is adapted from Ravindra Swarup Dasa, Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, page 88. In doing so, Srila Prabhupada imparted the same teachings he had received from his Guru, and also followed his Guru in making various adjustments to make Krishna consciousness accessible to people of the world as he encountered it at the time. Neither were stuck in time. Both were tuned in to the world and expertly presented the ancient Vedic teachings in terms of contemporary issues and in a manner their audience could relate to. As Srila Prabhupada explained, sometimes to make people listen, it is necessary to explain the old religion in new terms. This is like putting old wine in new bottles. There is nothing wrong with this, as long as the wine is not adulterated in the process. Reference 9 in the book. Lecture 8 September 1966, quoted in From the Lectures of Swami A.C. Bhaktivedanta, Back to Godhead, Article 4, December 1966. Like his own Guru, Srila Prabhupada was a topmost Paramhamsa, an emissary from the spiritual world, impelled by intense compassion for the conditioned souls, an aggressive and uncompromising preacher of the absolute truth, bold, fearless under all circumstances. Reference 10 in the book. Yogeshwara Dasa in Prabhupada Memories, Volume 58. Pioneering, revolutionary, with huge plans, self-reliant, strong-minded, outspoken, yet also fully dependent upon and a surrendered follower of his Guru. Like his Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada started his mission alone, going against the current of the time, with no help and facing opposition even from other Vaishnavas. Only by unshakable conviction, tenacity, and power of devotion were both gradually able to gather followers and do something unexpected, unimagined, and magnificent for establishing Krishna's glories in the world. There is no reason why acharyas cannot differ on certain points. Reference 11 in the book. Letter 19th February 1972. And there is no reason that they cannot have varying outlooks, approaches, and personalities, for every acharya has a specific means of propagating his spiritual movement with the aim of bringing men to Krishna consciousness. Therefore, the method of one acharya may be different from that of another, but the ultimate goal is never neglected. Reference 12 in the book. Chaitanya Charitamrit Adi Lila, 7th chapter, 37th verse purport. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was known to be very strict and grave. Yet, Srila Prabhupada, while not lacking these qualities, was more accommodating and fun-loving. Under Srila Prabhupada's perfect guidance and by his example, fun coincided with the genuine pleasure of selfless service to Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada also painstakingly instructed his disciples in the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, lest they misunderstood and reconvert the path of bhakti into something meant for selfish enjoyment. Particularly in Bengal, many persons who claimed to be devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were subscribers to deviations and distortions of Mahaprabhu's actual teachings, and the recent Gaudiya Acharyas strongly opposed the pretentiousness and deceit that were virtually swamping the Gaudiya Parampara. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote against pretentious so-called Vaishnavas. Srila Gaur Kishordas Babaji thoroughly denounced them, and Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati unremittingly campaigned against insincerity in the name of Krishna Bhakti. In contrast, Srila Prabhupada came to the West where there were no devotees and no idea, proper or otherwise, about Krishna or Bhakti. His task was more to educate the wholly ignorant than trying to remold the mishapen. Srila Saraswati Thakur railed against the spirit of trying to enjoy this world and of practicing bhakti for that end. Residents of his Gaudiya Mathas were obliged to live simply and austerely. Srila Prabhupada preached similarly. He never promoted sense indulgence, but seeing Westerners so much accustomed to continual sensual titillation, he made Krishna consciousness fun for them and encouraged them to enjoy it. Reference regarding fun, see page number 650. Srila Saraswati Thakur's exposition of philosophy was suitable for an ethos wherein learning was highly respected and deep scriptural knowledge was still relatively commonplace. His language was seemingly almost deliberately obscure, to the extent that even many well educated people found it difficult to comprehend. In contrast, Srila Prabhupada made everything as clear as possible, without even slightly decreasing the gravity or substance of the message. And naturally, he dwelt mostly on topics particularly pertinent to Westerners, such as the need to forswear illicit sex and the illusoriness of technological development. It should not be concluded that Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. It's not illusoriness, I think. It's illusoriness. What is it, illusoriness? What does it mean?
Illusoriness,
Illusion
I think it is
or
the
illusion? Illusion. Okay, fine.
yes, Prabhuji, illusoriness.
Okay, fine. Yes.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
It should not be.
It should not be concluded that Srila Prabhupada was of less stature because his style was much simpler than the arcane intellectualism that typified his Gurudev. Both were fully surrendered, fully realized, empowered preachers and deputed representatives of the Supreme Lord. Under Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati's direction, the Gaudiya emissaries to the West particularly targeted intellectuals. Srila Prabhupada arrived in an atmosphere of unabashed sensuality, and thus, while attempting as far as possible to appeal to the intelligence of the intelligent, necessarily presented Krishna consciousness in a sensually appealing manner, with emphasis on exuberant kirtan, festivals, and prasad. His whole tone of preaching, "You will be happy by Krishna consciousness," was aimed at the self centered, self indulgent attitude of the people he dealt with. Notwithstanding his often expressed and patently genuine humility, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati was clearly on an exquisitely high level and spoke as if from a dimension far above, attempting to pull others up to his standard of cent% dedication and surrender. Srila Prabhupada, however, especially in the early days of his Western mission, came down to the platform of his disciples and made himself as if one of them, as if to say, "Take my hand and come along with me." Although he saw Westerners as white aborigines, reference 13 in the book. Conversation, 24th January 1977. He unreservedly mixed with them and seemed to genuinely enjoy the company of his disciples. He had been aloof or even slightly snooty. He could not have formed the bonds whereby they willingly gave their lives in his service. In other words, his open hearted friendliness was an essential factor in his success, as was also his presenting Krishna consciousness as natural and easily attainable. Reference: see Making Things Simple, page 647. Both of these outstanding acharyas preached according to the need of the hour. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati emphasizing the duty of taking to pure Krishna consciousness, and Srila Prabhupada presenting the attractiveness of Krishna consciousness. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur emphasized that preaching is kirtan and is the kind of kirtan that qualifies one for nirjana bhajan. This formula, adopted by Srila Prabhupada, was perfect for his Western disciples, who were hardly fit for chanting many rounds of japa or listening to the kind of long philosophical talks that typified Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. By keeping his disciples busy in the many activities required for a preaching movement, organizational, managements, accounts, fundraising, legal, property acquisition, book production and distribution, cooking, cleaning, etc., while simultaneously stressing the importance of regulated sadhana, Srila Prabhupada enabled them to engage in Kirtaniya Sada Harihi in a manner perfect to their conditioning and needed for their purification. Regarding discussion of higher topics, Srila Prabhupada was even more circumspect than his own guru. Occasionally, mostly in assemblies of his own disciples, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur would speak animatedly and at length about, for instance, the glories of Sri Radha. Reference 14 in the book. See Bhakti Vikas Swami, Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Vaibhav, Volume 1, page 461 to 69, which our own Srila Prabhupada did not do. Reference: arguably, Srila Prabhupada might have done so had he remained longer and seen that certain of his disciples had become suitably qualified. See Raganuga Bhakti and Imitation, Volume 3, page 309. Apart from differences of style, there were differences of content also. Welcoming women to live as brahmacharinis in temple precincts would have been unthinkable in the Gaudiya Mutt at the time of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, but to fulfill the desire and order of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada did it in America. Whereas Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati stressed the need to daily chant 64 rounds of the Mahamantra. Reference: see Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Vaibhav, Volume 1, page 253. Is that footer, Prabhuji?
I don't know why it is written as FF. I checked, but I couldn't find it anywhere somehow.
Okay, Prabhuji. It is written as P.253 FF.
That's what I'm saying. But what is that FF mean? I don't know. Maybe footnote. How is that? I don't know.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Maybe we have to check the Bhakti Vaibhav volume 1, page 253. Then we know. You have the Bhakti Vaibhav today, we'll pull it up. You have Bhakti Vaibhav?
Yes, Prabhuji, I have.
Can you pull it up once?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Let's see the page, volume 1, page 253. I can go just consult it. Just one second. Yeah, you can also search. I will also search. Because every time and now it's coming like that. So once for all, maybe. Did you get through?
Yes, Raji.
What is
Almost.
it? Because I don't have the book right now.
It is. I think it is footer only, Raji. Because here, when it is said, whereas Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur stressed the need to daily chant 64 rounds of Mahamantra,
Mhm.
on page 253, it is about chanting holy names.
What
And
is it FF? What does it FF mean?
FF, there are
In
two
the book al-
footnotes.
No, in the book also it is mentioned as FF. Oh, I have the book. I'm
In
60.
Bhakti, in Bhakti Siddhanta Vaibhava on 253 page, volume 1, there are two footer notes.
Mhm. Yeah, 253 FF is written, but what does FF mean? I'll search in Magic. Yeah.
Prabhuji, I think in the section Japa on page number 253, the first line it says, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati often emphasize that those who do not chant at least 1 lakh names, that is 64 malas of Mahamantra Japa, are considered fallen.
Okay, but what?
That is stressed. That is where Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is stressing of about chanting 64 rounds. First, it could be first footer, Prabhuji.
Ah, yeah. The first part is the first footer for there. There are other footers also.
Yes, Prabhuji, there are two footers. I mean, not in the reference, but because in the page there are two footnotes, FF
Hmm.
would be first footer. Like
Ah,
Tulsi.
yeah. That
Tulsi.
then it makes some sense.
Yes, Prabhuji, it could be first footer. Because here it is said, Tulsi Mancha, a pillar generally 3 to 4 feet high upon which a potted Tulsi plant is placed. These
Hmm.
are common throughout India. And
Hmm.
this is given in the first line on the page. During Aartis, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur generally remained behind the Tulsi Mancha just outside the Natya Mandir, taking pleasure in seeing the devotees dancing.
Hmm.
This is still not relating to chanting.
So that means it's the first footnote.
Yes, Prabhuji, it could be first footnote.
Okay.
Okay. Next. Srila Prabhupada fixed the number at 16. Second footnote on the page. See 16 rounds minimum, volume 2, page 276. The daily program of sadhana that Srila Prabhupada described for his disciples.
No, prescribe, not describe, prescribe.
Yes, Prabhuji, prescribed.
You
Prabhupada
know,
prescribed.
you said described?
Yes, Prabhuji, I said described. It is
I'm
prescribed.
sorry.
The daily program of sadhana that Srila Prabhupada prescribed for his disciples differed in several ways from those within the Gaudiya Math. For instance, Srila Prabhupada introduced the singing of Sri Guru Ashtak during rather than before Mangalarti, daily recital of two of the Govindam prayers set to modern music, and daily Guru Puja offered to himself in every temple, with a large Vyasasan for himself in every temple also. Third footnote in the page. Srila Prabhupada's sannyas guru, Srila B.P. Keshav Bhakti Pragnan Keshav Maharaj, also instituted some changes in sadhana within the mathas he founded, including the chanting of Mangalarti Kirtan of his own composition. Many changes of various types were made within the preceptorial line based at the Gaudiya Math in Bagh Bazar, Kolkata. However, that line is considered heterodox by other discipular descendants of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Within Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati's Gaudiya Math, Kirtan of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Virinda was done in two phases of call and response. First phase, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda was Kirtan of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. First, the lead singer chants Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, to which the rest of the devotees respond. Then the lead singer sings Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, to which the rest of the devotees respond.
This
Srila
is
Prabhupada.
quite new way of doing kirtan.
Yes, Prabhuji, exactly.
Like this.
Srila Prabhupada had the chanting of these mantras done fully at one time
Yes, without splitting them.
without splitting them, as is standard in Gaudiya groups other than the Gaudiya Matha. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati titled his centers Sri Chaitanya Matha, Sri Gaudiya Matha, and so on. His disciples later founded institutions with similar names such as Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math and Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math. The appellation International Society for Krishna Consciousness distinguished it from all such mathas and clearly established its intention to go worldwide. It was also much easier for native English speakers to understand, and the word society rather than matha suggested that it was not necessarily monastically based. In conclusion, notwithstanding the many differences in his personality and approach to preaching Krishna consciousness, in essence, Srila Prabhupada was the same as Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. The heart of both of their teachings was Ahaituki Apratihata. Reference 15 in the book. Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, second chapter, sixth text. Anyabhilashita Shunya Bhakti. Reference 16 in the book. Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu 1.1.11. Both were spiritual revolutionaries who gave their whole lives and energy to aggressively promote this pure devotion in an apathetic world. Both were prepared to do anything and everything to facilitate that. Thus, taking to the limits Srila Rupa Goswami's advice regarding Yukta Vairagya. Reference. See also discussion of ontology and morphology, page 490. The present authority, Srila Prabhupada, wryly noted, we have actually seen that one of the disciples of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur wanted to enjoy the property of his spiritual master, and the spiritual master, being merciful towards him, gave him the temporary property, but not the power to preach the cult of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all over the world. That special mercy of the power to preach is given to a devotee who does not want anything material from his spiritual master but wants only to serve him. Reference 17 in the book. Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, 18th chapter, 22nd verse purport. With similar straightforwardness, Srila Prabhupada further observed, there are many disciples of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, but to judge who is actually his disciple, to divide the useful from the useless, one must measure the activities of such disciples in executing the will of the spiritual master. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur tried his best to spread the cult of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to countries outside India. When he was present, he sorry,
He patronized.
Prabhuji, looks like there is background noise from your end.
It's okay. I will switch off my system.
Okay. Hare Krishna. When he was present, he patronized the disciples to go outside India to preach the cult of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But they were unsuccessful because within their minds they were not actually serious about preaching his cult in foreign countries. They simply wanted to take credit for having gone to foreign lands and utilize this recognition in India by advertising themselves as repatriated preachers. Many Swamis have adopted this hypocritical means of preaching for the last 80 years or more, but no one could preach the real cult of Krishna consciousness all over the world. They merely came back to India, falsely advertising that they had converted all the foreigners to the ideas of Vedanta or Krishna consciousness, and then they collected funds in India and lived satisfied lives of material comfort. As one fans paddy to separate the real paddy from useless straw by accepting the criterion recommended by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, one can very easily understand who is a genuine world preacher and who is useless. Reference 18 in the book, Chaitanya Charitamrit Adi Leela, 12th chapter, 12th verse purport. In response to a statement of Bon Maharaj, a god brother of his, one of those who had been sent abroad, who had asserted himself as an authority on Gaudiya Vaishnavism, Srila Prabhupada wrote, regarding Bon Maharaj, I am actually authority accepted by authority. In the Chaitanya Charitamrit, it is said, Krishna Shakti Vina Nahi Nama Prachar. So now the Hare Krishna movement is world known, and learned scholars, etc., give plaudits to me as Professor Judah has. So then, why I am not authority? Nobody says Bon Swami has done it, or Vivekananda, or any other Swami. There are so many yogis and Swamis coming, but nobody is giving credit to them. They are giving the credit to me. So, why I am not an authority? If Krishna accepts me as authority, then who can deny it? Besides that, in 1933, Bon was given the first chance to preach Lord Chaitanya's movement in London. He remained there about 4 years, and not a single person could be converted to become a Vaishnava, and he was receiving regularly 700 rupees per month for his expenditure, being supported by the whole Gaudiya Mutt institution, and still, as he could not do anything appreciable, he was called back by Guru Maharaj. Then where is his authority? Our authority comes from the Parampara system. If the Guru was not satisfied with him and called him back, and since then he gave up connection with Gaudiya Mutt and started his own institution, then how he becomes authority? And in spite of all these things, if he is still authority by his own imagination, then people should ask him what he has been doing for the last 40 years about the objective of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Even if he thinks that he has done, certainly he has not done better than me. Under the circumstances, accepting him as an authority, I am greater and better authority than him. So, all Vaishnavas are authorities to preach Krishna consciousness, but still there are degrees of authorities. Reference 19 in the book. Letter dated 4th June 1975. Recognizing himself as the Acharya of the present Gaudiya Sampradaya and wanting this propagated, reference 20 in the book, conversation dated 19 Jan 1976. Srila Prabhupada stated, I am not proud, but I am the authority at the present moment. It is not pride, it is the fact. Reference 21 in the book, conversation dated 7th Jan 1977. So far as Bhagavad Gita is concerned, there is no doubt that I am the only authority in your country. Nobody can speak on the Bhagavad Gita as authoritatively as I.
Wow.
Reference 22 in the book. Letter dated 5th February 1969. I am deputed by my Guru Maharaj to spread this Krishna consciousness movement in the Western world. That is His grace. Reference 23 in the book, conversation dated 5th July 1972. His Guru knew. Srila Prabhupada's purport to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrit, Madhya Leela, 25th chapter, 9th verse, is mostly translated from Srila Bhakti Siddhanta's commentary, followed by some further observations by Srila Prabhupada. Reference to footer on the page, quoted on page number 179. It appears from these statements of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati and from his orders to the young Abhay to preach in English, reference to the second footer, see page number 519, that he envisioned Srila Prabhupada's future world preaching. This conclusion is also supported by the following statements of Srila Prabhupada. I saw my Guru Maharaj not more than 10 days in my life, but I followed his instruction. I was a grihastha. I never lived with the matha in the temple. So many godbrothers recommended that he should be in charge in this Bombay temple. This, that. Guru Maharaj said, better he lives outside. That is good. And he will do what is needed in due course of time. I could not understand at that time what does he expect. Of course, I knew that he wanted me to preach. Reference 24 in the book. Conversation dated 3rd February 1975. In my horoscope was written, after his 70th year, this man will go outside India and establish many temples. I could not understand. What is this that I have to go outside India? That is not. And Guru Maharaj foretold. He told my god brothers, Sridhar Maharaj and others, that he'll do the needful when the time comes. Nobody requires to help him. He told in 1935. And after all, this was true. Guru Maharaj told. And in the beginning, first sight, he told, you have to do this. Reference 25 in the book. Conversation dated 17th June 1977. This is corroborated by the following exchange. Jai Pataka. In your prayer, we say Paschatya Desha Tarine. But now, don't you think we could say Vishwa, world? Srila Prabhupada chuckles. I think that there's no place. You have not only covered the Western world, but practically the whole world. Srila Prabhupada, I say that because my Guru Maharaj appointed me for that purpose. Reference 26 in the book, conversation dated 18 November 1975. A quote from Harishauri Das's diary, dated 5th February 1977. He said his Guru Maharaj was always very, very affectionate to him. Abhiram asked if it was because he knew Prabhupada would become very important later on. Prabhupada said yes. Reference 27 in the book, as yet unpublished. And footer note. However, this may also be contrasted with Srila Prabhupada's sometimes exhibiting apparent helplessness and unsurety of the future, especially in his earliest days in America. See as an unexpected success, page 507.
Okay, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Rupanand Prabhu, can you please continue?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Chapter 9, Appreciation from God Brothers and Other Gaudiya Math Sources. To state that only Srila Prabhupada had full faith in his Guru might be controversial, but Srila Prabhupada quoted his god brother Adi Keshava Prabhu OBL Kapoor as saying virtually the same thing. OBL Kapoor in Vrindavan says that Bhaktivedanta Swami speaks as strongly as Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati was speaking. He also said that Srila Prabhupada is the only one who has really taken his mission seriously. That is a fact. Of course, I don't say it myself. That will not look good, but all my God brothers realize it. He is the only representative. Some frankly admit it and some do not. OBL Kapoor was Hare Krishna. Sorry, Prabhuji, I couldn't. Conversation dated 25th July 1976. OBL Kapoor was unstinting in his praise of Srila Prabhupada, as he stated in a welcome address in Vrindavan in 1972. This return to the homeland of Srila Prabhupada is particularly significant because this time he comes back with a host of his Western disciples. This signifies to me the meeting of the East and the West, or at least the beginning of such a meeting. This signifies the victory of spiritualism over materialism, of good over evil. This is really a rare moment in history, for for the first time in the history of the world, for the first time at least in living memory, Vaishnavism, the message of Vaishnavism, the message of Mahaprabhu and message of devotion and of pure devotion has been carried to the West and carried so successfully. I am sure that historians of the future will have a lot to say about Srila Prabhupada and his movements. And they will be even envious of us for living in a time when this movement was begun and for participating in it. Reference 830, 850, lecture dated 15th October 1972. The following further praise by OBL Kapoor is effusive yet exactly to the point. No doubt that Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Vedanta Maharaj is the true successor of Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. So that we may say on this day of the appearance of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, that although Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj has disappeared, he lives in Prabhupada Bhakti Vedanta Maharaj. And so Prabhupada has disappeared, and yet he is alive and active and long live Prabhupada. Reference 851, lecture 11th February 1974. Although at first most of Srila Prabhupada's God brothers were apathetic, skeptical, or in Srila Prabhupada's word, envious. Reference lecture dated 15 September 1971. Regarding his expensive activities, eventually many of them came to recognize his glorious achievements. As Srila Prabhupada noted about one of his dearest and most respected god brothers, Shripad Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj also appreciated my service. He said that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prediction, Prithviyete Ache Yat Nagar Adi Gram Sarvatra Prachar Hoib Mora Nam, would remain a dream only, but he congratulated me that I have done it practically. Reference 853, letter 7 July 1975. Shripad Sridhar Maharaj also declared him to be a Sakyaves avatar. Reference quoted by B.B. Vishnu Maharaj in our affectionate Guardian, chapter 3. And further extolled him, our Swami Maharaj has done a miracle. What Bhakti Vinod conceived and Prabhupada tried to, according to his conception, to translate into action in his last days. Anyhow, we find that through Swami Maharaj, these revelations have been fulfilled. We are happy, we are glad, we are proud of Swami Maharaj. Reference 855, conversation dated 17 March 1973. I would be immensely proud of his activities. And I heard also that many prominent members of Gaudiya Mission appreciated very much, greatly appreciated. It is a wonderful thing and superhuman that he has done. Success in such a small span of time. Indeed, it is some divine power that works through him only. Then it is possible. Special divine power worked within him. So much success is otherwise not possible. That is our conception and confidence. Astounding, not only astonishing, but astounding. What he began, he has pushed it to the greatest extent. Bhakti Vinod Thakur also prophesied, also Mahaprabhu, that in no time the day will come when Western intellectuals will also flock under the banner of Mahaprabhu. It is Mahaprabhu's teaching. It is so plain and so grave and so natural that people will recognize the greatness. Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta also sent his disciples several times in that way to the West, but most unexpectedly, after his departure, this one disciple became very successful, most gloriously, and we are all proud of that, very much proud. Reference 856. B.R. Sridhar Goswami quoted in Sri Vyasa Puja 1978. We could not even think or dream that this type of preaching we shall see in our lifetime. Reference 857 quoted by Sri B.B. Vishnu Maharaj in our affectionate guardian, chapter 5. ISKCON will fulfill everyone's inner demand, even extended to the vegetables and stones, taking them to the feet of Mahaprabhu and the Goswamis. From village to village, everyone in every place should be hunted and approached. Take the name of Krishna, come under the flag of Mahaprabhu. This grand worldwide mission will thrive like anything. It will touch the heaven and cover the earth and other planet also. That was the aim of Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and we understand and appreciate that. Reference 858 B.R. Sridhar Goswami, Sri Guru and His Grace, chapter 4. Shripad Akinchana Krishna Das Babaji Maharaj, who himself was widely recognized within Gaudiya Mutt circle as a Paramhansa, declared Srila Prabhupada to be the greatest Acharya who has ever existed. He told B.B. Govinda Swami, there has never been an Acharya in history who has performed miracles like your spiritual master. because in history there was never a greater servant of Krishna's holy name than your spiritual master. Because your spiritual master had so much absolute understanding of Krishna's holy name and so much absolute faith in Krishna's holy name that he personally carried Krishna's holy name through the length and breadth of the world. Therefore, he is the greatest Acharya who has ever existed. 11. Reference 859. B.B. Govind Swami in following Srila Prabhupada, November 1977. 860 reference. Known in Gaudiya Mutt circle as Krishnadas Babaji, among ISKCON devotees as Akinchana Krishnadas Babaji. See similar comment by him.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. At the
Yes, yes.
celebration of
Sorry.
Prabhuji, here in the book it is given page number 532. See similar comment by Krishnadas Babaji, page number 532.
Oh, that means known in Gaudiya Mutt circles as Krishnadas Babaji, among ISKCON devotees as Akinchan Krishnadas Babaji. See similar comment by him.
By him, and page number 532 is mentioned in the book.
Okay, it's not mentioned in the thing.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
At the celebration of Srila Prabhupada's Vyas Puja in Vrindavan in 1974, Shripad Bon Maharaj, sitting below Srila Prabhupada, publicly declared, "We are obliged to acknowledge Swami Bhaktivedanta as a bona fide Acharya on the merit of his work. There is no denying his position." Reference 861. Hari Vilas Das, Srila Prabhupada Leelamrit interview. More than any other of Srila Prabhupada's god brother, Bon Maharaj knew what a difficult task Srila Prabhupada had accomplished. It was he, not Srila Prabhupada, who had been the first disciple of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur to venture to America. Having visited New York in 1940-41, Bon Maharaj had given talks and made some contacts, but being unable to gain a foothold, had returned to India without making any lasting impression. Reference 862. See Mans Brew, Nobleman Spies and a Hindu Monk Going to War. Notes on Swami B. H. Bon in New York, 1940-41. The Journal of Hindu Studies, 13.1, May 2020, page number 71 to 88.
One thing, this Karthik, can you just find out what is this PP? What is this PP?
Yes,
Every time it is
I just checked for FF, Prabhuji. FF means following pages. Let me check what PP means.
oh, it's like it's nothing like full form like
No,
F footnote or something like following
no,
pages.
Prabhuji. For PP, it is pages only in plural, and for FF, it is following pages.
But then how it is PP doesn't fit in the PP or FF? I don't know how is
That
that.
is a abbreviation used in books as reference, Prabhuji.
Okay, that is the way. English is a very funny thing, so we have to
Yes,
accept it.
Prabhuji.
That's
Yes,
all.
yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Right.
On another occasion, just before Srila Prabhupada's passing, Bon Maharaj said to him, "Mercy is upon you. You have performed immense service that is beyond compare. Our Prabhupada's, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's immeasurable energy is with you, and that is why you have achieved the impossible. We are linked to the immensely potent Gauravani because of your writings. I hear your glories everywhere. Everyone sings your glories. You have accomplished unlimited service. You are turning Mahaprabhu's Vani into reality. Through you,
Through you,
Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna,
through you, through you.
through you, through you, Mahaprabhu has done it. Prithvi ete ya ache yat nagar adi gram sarvatra prachar haib mora naam. Through
Prabhu,
you,
It is Prithvite.
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 Prithvite. Ache, not
Ache.
Jata. Jata. It is called as Jata. It's not Jata.
Jata.
It is written as read as Jata. Jata Nagaradi Gram. Ram. Sarvatra Prachar Bhaiva Murana. Yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Through you, this is materializing. Our Prabhupada selected you only. Your books are the real contribution. You were able to do so many shastras, and that will remain intact forever, will live forever. Reference 863. Giriraj Swami, I will build you a temple, page number 626 to 27. Shripad Ananda Prabhu and Shripad Bibi Puri Maharaj together visited Srila Prabhupada just a month before his departure. Ananda Prabhu, the way you have preached, you have fulfilled the desire of Srila Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati. You have
No, the way you preach,
desire
you have fulfilled the desire of Srila Prabhupada,
Srila
and the practice
Prabhupada,
is Srila Bhaktisiddhanta.
Srila Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati. You have fulfilled the desire of Mahaprabhu. Whatever opulence comes, you accept for the service of the Lord without any attachment. You have purified everyone. This is the greatest thing you have done. Srila Prabhupada started in thinly and Srila Prabhupada started it thinly and you have completed it in a massive way. You have delivered the fallen souls. Therefore, you are Mahapatit Pavan. As
Wow.
fire purifies contaminated gold, you are also like fire. You have purified the contaminated hearts. This is the greatest exhibition of compassion. They have tilka on the forehead, tulsi bead on the neck, chanting the holy names of Hari, and they don't eat anything other than the prasad. This fact is known to everyone everywhere. What could be more important than this? It was Mahaprabhu's desire to preach everywhere. Bhakti Vinod Thakur foresaw white and dark complexioned person together singing Hey Ha Nitai Ha Gauranga and embracing, floating in waves of ecstasy and rolling on the ground. You fulfill this desire of Mahaprabhu. Not everyone can do it. Reference 864. Conversation dated 13 October 1977. Puri Maharaj. Na bhuta na bhavishyati. It neither happened in the past nor will in the future. Nobody has preached like that in such a short time. So much you have done in 10, 12 years. Nobody has done before, nor anybody can do it in future. Let anybody say whatever he wants, but we must admit and appreciate your work. Reference 16. I bid. Also, a god brother by the name of Shyam Sundar stated that Srila Prabhupada was the best disciple of their Guru. Reference 866. Letter dated 15th November 1976. Srila Prabhupada graciously accepted the appreciation of his god brothers. In a letter to one of them, Shripad B.S. Bodhayana Maharaj, he wrote, I am very much obliged to you that you write to say, it is clear to me that you are great powerful Acharya in the Vaishnava world at present. Sometimes Sridhar Maharaj also says like that. Reference 867. Letter dated 9th November 1976.
Okay,
In,
Prabhu. We will kindly stop here. It's already 6. And tomorrow we will come and continue from here. In the book, it is from page number 226 in 1976 at a meeting organized at a Gaudiya Mutt in Chandigarh. So we have read from there tomorrow. We'll stop here and we'll meet tomorrow. If anybody wants to ask something, I've not received the videos yet. Mataji's and Prabhuji's, couples, Grahastha devotees, and if you want to do single Prabhuji's, you can do. So please send the videos. Devotees, please send the videos. It's very much required. And anybody wants to ask something, say something. Otherwise, we'll stop here. No. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Swami Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat.
Pranam.